Hi. Um, so I'm making a video, obviously, and it's talking about something that I haven't really talked to many people about. So here we go. Um, so let's rewind. When I was a young person, I definitely think I was more on the feminine side. I always hung out with a lot of girls and played um, with Barbies and things like that. I don't know. I was just definitely experienced more of a feminine side of things growing up, which was all fine and dandy until in elementary school, somebody who was older than me called me gay, and it really frightened me at the time. Um, I grew up kind of religious, and to me it was very wrong to be gay, just because of what I had been taught or what I thought that I knew. And from that point on, I kind of felt that I needed to stay in this box because I didn't want to be feminine. I didn't want to be different. I didn't want people to think I was weird or wrong or any of those things. Um, and so, yeah, from then on, for a while, I kind of pretended to be someone that I wasn't. Um, and then finally in high school, that's when, it really started to get to me that I wasn't being, more authentic. And so that's when I kind of, realized that I was gay, or, that's what I came out as. And that was right before my junior year of high school. And so, fast forward then, I go through college, blah, blah, blah. During that time, I definitely had a lot of periods of depression, like pretty bad depression. Um, and I can never really pinpoint exactly why or, what I went through, the reason that caused, all of that stuff. Um, anyway, continuing to fast forward to my senior year, my last semester, I was taking a women's studies class, um, which was a really great class. I learned a lot. We got to the section about talking about being transgender, and it struck a chord with me, and it really forced me to look at my life and what I have experienced. And I took a step back and I was like, whoa, wait a second. Maybe this is something that applies to me in my life. And so it was even thinking about this was a scary thing. I think for me there's shame in our society. I think there's shame in being feminine at all in any way. And so at such, a late point in life, having to start thinking about all of this stuff was very hard for me. And so, I started going to counseling. Well, I'd already been going to counseling, but I started to go see a gender therapist. And it really became more and more clear to me that I am transgender. And so I continued to go to counseling, and I wanted to start hormones, but then everything kind of just started going too fast. And I scared myself, and I told myself, whoa, I need to stop, hold on. And so I stopped going to counseling, I canceled my hormone appointments, and I told myself, I was like, if this is something that is true for me in my life, it will come back up, obviously. And I kind of wanted a break. I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to know anything about it. So I stopped. About a year and a half went by, maybe a little longer, and then the beginning of this year, it kind of came up in my life again, or got brought to the forefront of my mind. I think it was kind of there the whole time, but it got brought back up to the forefront into my zone of thinking, I guess, and brought up by like a random conversation too, nothing like huge, and so it forced, like, all of a sudden all these emotions and feelings that I had been feeling 2 years ago, are back in the same spot, and I felt the exact same way that I felt then, with these same feelings of, feeling like I should have been born female. And even when I came out as gay, like, there was still a part of me that I would rather be straight. But to me, I would have rather been a straight female than a straight male, because I just felt like that would have been more right and it would have been easier for me. I think I had a lot of doubt as well the first time that I'd gone to counseling, because I never felt a huge amount of, like, body dysphoria. Obviously I was born with a penis, and I don't necessarily hate my penis. And I haven't had that, like, extreme dysphoria that a lot of people have. And so it was a huge, like, oh my gosh, like, I can't be transgender because I don't, like, I didn't have some of the same things that other people have. Well, anyway, so I went back to counseling this time around, and, I told myself that I was going to be honest with who I was seeing and about those doubts and those fears, and so I brought that stuff up to him, and he told me that most of the people that he sees, and he sees a lot of transgender clients, that most of the people he sees, aren't that way, or don't follow that, like, box that says that all transgender people feel like they were born in a different body and they know from, like, their first memories of gender. He said most people don't feel that way, and that doesn't make you any less of a transgender person. That doesn't make you not trans if that's how you feel that you are. And so then he brought out the, like, DSM-5 or whatever it's called. It's like the psychology Bible. And he showed me the part that says gender dysphoria, and it said lots of words, and then it said a person experiencing gender dysphoria experiences strongly two or more of the following. And it listed 6 different things, some of them being about wishing to be identified as the opposite gender or gender different from your own, or talking about, like, that body dysphoria, that kind of stuff. But going through that list, I saw at least 3 things that really applied to my life, and I almost cried, in that moment, because I think that was the first time that I really felt validated in how I was feeling. That even though I don't have that cookie cutter, like, transgender story, that doesn't make me any less trans. So from that point, I think it's been interesting seeing where I go from here, and my next steps in kind of affirming and validating and realizing that I am transgender. And so I know this is on a public forum and that a lot of people are going to see this. But I'm just trying to be as real and open as possible and try to be as authentically me as possible, I think, in life. I think that's all we want to do and strive for, is to be the most authentic version of ourselves that we can be, to love others and to be loved. And that's what I'm trying to do. And by sharing this, I hope that I can help someone else know that it's all right to feel the feelings that you do, and that even if you don't follow into the box of whatever it is, whether it's being gay or lesbian or transgender, bisexual, anything. You know, you don't have to fall into that box to be validated in your feelings. Also, if anyone has any questions or doesn't understand something, please let me know. I'm sure this video wasn't completely thorough because I'm really nervous right now about even talking about this and telling people. This is not easy for me. I know I kind of seem calm, cool, and collected, but my head is just like spinning. So if you have any questions, if I forgot something, I left something out, like, please let me know. I'm not looking for any negativity or hatred, and so if you have any of those, please don't watch, go somewhere else. Don't comment. I don't care to hear about any of that stuff. But I just wanted to share my story with you guys. I'm sure I will keep you updated on things to come, and thank you for listening, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.